Hello again, my little playthings. Yes, you're still trapped in my fantastical world of the Dudley Simpson Is Doctor Who project. And I'm sure you'd like some more music. I know how much you love to dance. And I enjoy watching you dance. Go from episode 15! Too far? In this episode, I'll be playing for you the second of two pieces I transcribed from the 1966 story The Celestial Toymaker, Season 3's foray into fantasy. The Doctor, Stephen, and Dodo must play and win games to save their lives and win back the TARDIS. At this point in the story, the Doctor is getting closer to his 1023rd and final move of the trilogic game. His companions have survived 2 games against some of the Toymaker's toys, and have had to negotiate their way through Sergeant Rugg in a game of Hunt the Key in Mrs. Wiggs's kitchen. At last, despite the distractions of their cartoonish opponents, Stephen and Dodo find the key and unlock a door leading to a ballroom complete with dancing floor. 3 ballerinas perform a dance, and once the TARDIS is revealed behind them, it's clear they'll need to cross the dance floor to reach it, if they can struggle out of the iron grips of the ballerinas who are their dancing partners. Simpson's music accompanies the ballerinas' performance before the game begins as Stephen and Dodo watch, and this sets the stage for their greatest obstacle thus far, the dancing floor. The music of the dancing floor is unique in Simpson's output for Doctor Who for a simple reason. It's a dance number. The action pauses for about a minute to watch the ballerina's routine. No doubt Simpson's experience with the Australian and Royal Ballets served him in good stead here. His orchestration uses clarinet, organ, guitar, and percussion. It's unique also for its use of song form, specifically 32-bar AABA form. When analyzing pieces, from pop songs to symphonies, sections of single musical phrases are shorthanded by using letters. That is, A is the shorthand for one musical phrase or idea, B another, etc. From that, you can probably tell how AABA form works. An initial melody occurs, then it is repeated, in this case literally, hence AA. After this, a new, contrasting, but usually related melody occurs, hence B, and often called a bridge. To conclude the form, the initial A idea returns one last time. The AABA song form was extremely common in Broadway and pop songs of the mid-20th century. Despite its simple foundations, the melody is remarkable for its wide range and use of wide leaps. For example, The first phrase of the A melody starts on D below middle C, the common clarinet's lowest note, and within 8 beats has risen 3 octaves. The angles of the initial melody notes were such that it was easiest to divide them between my hands. Left hand played the white keys, and right hand the black. The melody's primary intervals are tritones and major sevenths, that's 1 note short of an octave, which gives the melody both a cartoonish and a devilish character. The harmony under this first phrase is a very altered D dominant 7th chord, but it alternates with an A flat in the bass, making it another tritone-related harmony, similar to what we heard in Blind Man's Buff, except the B flat's presence means it's not from the octatonic scale. This D chord resolves to G minor in a surprisingly normal way, but the harmony drops out as the organ takes over the melody, playing repeated major sevenths. It's here that a percussion instrument joins in a duet with the organ. Tempo blocks are a set of pitched wood blocks, and 3 discrete pitches are heard in the dancing floor. Because they were a vital part of the piece, I approximated their pitch and played them in clusters to suggest the slightly off-pitch wooden sound. Here, I needed to quickly pass the melody over to the left hand so the right hand could play the tempo blocks. The second phrase of the A melody, back with the clarinet again, rises chromatically to F, then returns to its tritone and major 7th character. The harmony underneath is F7 flat 5, alternating with C flat in the bass, yet another sinister tritone-related chord. Before resolving, the harmony rises to a surprising G flat 7 chord. The last note of the phrase is passed to the left hand, the harmony resolving back to D7 flat 5, while the right hand reaches up to play another tempo block phrase, this time with one higher pitched sound. As I mentioned, we next get a literal repeat of these 8 measures. With the A melody firmly in your mind, the contrasting B phrase begins. The organ takes over proceedings, accompanied by guitar and triangle. I chose to play this melody an octave higher than written, partially because of the organ's timbre being very bright, but also because it made a better contrast for solo piano. Again, the initial phrase is passed between the 2 hands in my arrangement, but this bridge melody is much less angular than the A melody. It maintains some of its character, though, particularly in the return to major 7th leaps for its last half. Simpson again shows his penchant for delicious dissonances, as much of the melody creates striking colors against the harmony. In particular, the use of minor and major sixths above minor harmony in the 2nd and 3rd bars. I also like the smooth but unexpected harmonic movement in the very first measure, from C flat 7 or B7 to D augmented 7, 2 very different harmonies. The G flat is the common tone, and each other chord tone flows by half step, stretching and widening the chord. These are the sort of harmonies I can't get enough of. By itself, it sounds like a mistake, but in context, seems very right. In measures 4 to 6 of the bridge, the harmony switches to major, albeit the root and 3rd alone. This is because the melody is playing that 5th, sometimes augmented rather than perfect 5th. As the melody concludes with more major 7ths, the harmony concludes the bridge with a return to D. Now that we're A-A-B of the way through, it's time for one final repeat of the A melody, again literally so, except for the concluding sound, a seemingly out-of-nowhere, happy B-flat major chord. Though some of the earlier harmonies suggest this may have been coming, particularly the relative G minor in bar 3 and the F7 dominant of B flat in bar 5, this last chord is beautifully absurd, reinforced by the tempo block offering one last off-key knock to end the dance. Thanks for watching episode 15 of the Dudley Simpson is Doctor Who project. It's time to subscribe, like, share, and comment so we can all play together. See you next time.